some of the other people went to other areas of different ranchos. Even some of the families that we know, they went up to the Fresno area following that ranch work. Some as far as San Jose, a lot of them are in San Diego. So this was a time of dispersal for some of the families, but in those areas, now those families have large contingencies because they stayed there and they continue to thrive in those areas. In 1848, the gold rush began. So that impact was hard and fast too, because in less than 1 year, there was 10,000 settlers that came to seek gold. And the disease rate was very high, not just for the Native American, but also for their settlers that came in. They were also dying of smallpox and diphtheria and other common diseases that had no cure at that time. So it was really an unfortunate period. But during that time, also, there were laws that were put on the books as California became a state. And the first governor of California, one of his, what do they call them, the speeches for the acceptance speech, where they talk about, basically he did mention the Indians only to say that we had to realize that they would all be exterminated. So there was a policy of extermination in the state on Indians. And any bounty hunter could collect $5 for an Indian head. That first year, the state paid over $1 million. So you do the math. It's a very, very sad situation, but it is part of our state history. The other thing that happened is that child theft was basically legalized. So if a settler or whatever person, a rancher came in and they needed a couple of hands, to whatever, wash the dishes or work in the field, they could just write a letter saying to whoever, sheriff in the local district, I want to take this Indian child, and basically they call it adoption, but the child was taken away from the parents and grown up in that family's house as a servant. So when you look at genocide, one of the traits of genocide is to destroy the family, and that's a lot of what took place at that time. It was a different era. Today we have different methods, right, of dealing with this. Then we're going to turn to what's actually happening today. And I want to mention to you the California Indian Judgment Rules, which were initiated in 1928. At that time, because the United States Congress had recognized that the Native people in Southern California, not just Southern California, Northern California too, had been basically deprived of their justice. They ordered the state to numerize their California Indians, and they numerized them all as California Mission Indians, even though some of them were not within the missions. And so there was lists of people, but they were not lists with their tribes. They were listed as individuals. So that led to the next problem, which was a lot of these tribes were never federally recognized. Here in California, we have about 212 or 213 California tribes. It was the most populous state of Native American people before the incursions happened. Of those tribes that still exist today, only about half of them, 104, are federally recognized. So what happened to the other 100 and some? They're like us. The Gabrilenos Tongva tribe is not a federally recognized tribe. And what does that mean? It means that we cannot access the government for those rightful things that were given to other Native American peoples, which is health, education, and welfare. But the judgment rules were also initiated again in 1948 and in 1968. So we are depending upon those somewhat to carry people's lineages into the future. Today, our tribe is actively seeking federal recognition. It is a process. There are several ways to achieve that, but the longest way, which takes about 25 years, is the bar process, and it's not meant for us to succeed. What they want us to do is show that we are a community in increments of every 10 years since the beginning of the state. From 1850 to now, we have to show that we were a community. Now, everything else I've spoken to you, our communities were barely trying to survive. So how do we do that? Now, in my family, we actually can do that. We have our documentation. But how is it expected of us as a tribal people to show that documentation when back then they were deliberately destroying our communities? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but some of the other positive things that we are doing nowadays is we are revitalizing our basketry tradition. We haven't had basket weavers in the tribe for probably about 70 years. We now have about 25 basket weavers. My children, my grandchildren are actively weaving baskets. We are learning how to go gather the materials, process the materials, and weave a basket. My young granddaughter showcased her first basket 2 years ago at the California Indian Basket Weavers Association. And it was a very proud moment, not just for me, but for the whole entire tribe, because we were able to do something that our ancestors did. We know that California Indian people up and down the coast are very fine basket weavers. So that's one of the things we're doing. We are also revitalizing our language. For 21 years, I think, we established the Tongva Language Committee, and we study our language once a month, once every year. We also gather in a little conference where we share with anyone new that wants to come in and learn about the history of the language and how to say things. So just a simple thing, like being able to say "meiha" in our language. That's all you gotta do is start with one word. So that's what we're doing. We're carrying on that language, and so all of this only serves to strengthen our community and to make us more viable and more visible in the area where we have always been. So on behalf of my ancestors, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. Awashkaneha. Thank you.
Hey. Thank you guys. We're here live in the
Thank you so much,
the Colony
Virginia.
House.
Let's give
in
another
Anaheim.
round of
Lieutenant
applause
Colonel
for
Tongva,
our
Gabrilenos,
speaker,
and she's the one that wrote the letter to the
Virginia.
Anaheim Unified High School District to change the name of the Colonists to Anaheim High School. Thank you
Now
so much.
moving on to our other participants, I'd like to introduce Diosa X and Brenda Vaca, who will be doing poetry. And as I introduce the person who will be next, I'll let you know the person who's following, so that person can be ready. Nathan Logan will be on deck.
This way.
Give a warm welcome
You can see
to Diosa.
a lot of events. This is a big event. A lot of people here. You can see a lot of booths. See, we're here in Anaheim at Mother Colony House. And so she spoke, and she's the one that got rid of the name of the school, Colonists at Anaheim High School. And so yeah, we can see more people over there, over here. Go this way. We'll turn it this way. People over there, the books, the big tree. And just so many people here. The Indian tacos. See, that's cool, huh? I like that. See? Anaheim, that's by Anaheim High School. So we're here, vendors. Going this way, that way. There are people right here, different tribes. As you can see, this is the Native Art Festival, Native American Art Festival here in the city of Anaheim. The Gatsi, the Shiko tribe, the sisters, Tlaloc. Our people right here, our elders, Atsa. Woo! There you go. Let's change the name of that school of the Colonists at Anaheim High School, huh, Atsa?
Gotta change the name, get rid of the mascot.
Yeah, and the name, brother. The Colonists needs to come down. So we're right here with Doña Mari, Raimundo aquí, and then right here, the Shiko tribe, Tenochtitlan. Puki over there, the Wewit, yeah, the park ranger, Anaheim park ranger. See, there's a little bit of what you see here in the city of Anaheim. The children, see, all colors, the human race. They're praying to the tree. You guys praying with the tree, huh? Talking to the tree, yeah? All right, that's cool. There are people in the community. He's right here, all over. You can see the big tree right here. Look at that. Woo! Big tree right here. Lots of people. Come on down. Hopefully I can hit the stop sign on this. But yeah, there you go, guys.